What's up, everybody? Welcome, Instagram. I'm just gonna go live in my Facebook group as well. So if you have not joined our Facebook group, make sure that you do that. What's up, everybody? It's been a sec since I've been on Instagram, so I wanted to jump on and welcome you all to a live coaching session. And I'm just gonna jump on Facebook. Our Facebook group, which is where we are doing weekly live trainings, is called Launch and Profit. So make sure that you jump over to Launch and Profit. You can just request access. You do have to submit the information requested. But I'm going to go live right now about 3 steps to create content that generates clients. Who's excited about that? Who's excited? Drop a heart. Let me know if you're excited. And I'm gonna get going. Okay. All right. So here we go. What's up, everybody? Facebook group is Launch and Profit. Hello, Facebook. We've got Instagram over here. We are actually getting a specific system set up so that we can go live in all the places at once, which is going to be amazing. But if you are not familiar yet, like I said, our Facebook group Launch and Profit is something that my team and I are very, very focused on right now. And we are doing weekly live trainings in this group. So if you're in this group, make sure that you invite your friends. It is specific to online coaches, course creators, and consultants. And in today's training, all of the trainings I do are geared, obviously, towards online coaches, course creators, consultants, and experts. So I've worked with everyone from lawyers to nutritionists to naturopathic doctors, all the way, to ads experts, like you name it, any industry, any niche. I have probably helped them grow, scale, build their online coaching business. First and foremost, organically. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because most of you are still in this space where you need to understand how to leverage content creation to generate clients, right? I was actually just looking inside of the Facebook group, and there was a comment from someone that said, when do I start to, run ads? I'm feeling really frustrated with everything I'm having to do to try and actually get clients organically. And I know a little bit about her business because I'm really present in that group. So make sure that you guys join it. And I said, I know that you're not currently hitting 6 figures, so you should not run ads. What that tells me, if you're not generating consistent clients and you're not able to actually have revenue coming in your business through organic content, organic marketing, social media, whatever you want to call it, there's a kink, there's a break, right? Because you cannot spend any money on ads if you haven't yet figured out how to reach your audience organically. Many reasons. If you're interested in those reasons, I can do another live on that. But as you know, I have really 2 signature programs. And the first of that is the Boss Method, or the Boss Mastermind, where we teach our 4-step methodology, trademarked method. And we walk you through actually how to create $10,000 months in your online coaching business. And I've been doing this for many years. And so we've had many clients, hundreds and hundreds of clients, go through that program and end up with profitable businesses. And there are specific tactics that you need to take in order to get in front of your ideal clients. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. But if you are beyond that and you're like, I'm making, $10K a month or a little bit more or more, and you want to get into the, $50,000 a month mark, $100,000 a month mark, you want to generate from 6 figures to 7 figures, funnel and scale is what you're going to want to chat with us about. And that is really where we teach you how to build an automated funnel in your business, leverage not only organic, but also the paid ad side so that you can actually create totally autonomous passive revenue. And today we're going to dig into the first piece of that, which means you have to get to the 6-figure mark. You have to get to $8,000 or $10,000 a month. At least a 6-figure trajectory in order to actually be able to validate that everything in your business works well enough to go and then try and, use ads to get in front of your clients. Because here's the truth. If you do not know how to get in front of your ideal clients, which means that you're not signing enough clients to generate 10 grand a month, there's a big problem. There is a big problem, okay? And as long as you have the right tools, you will always be able to generate revenue in your business, no matter what platform you're on, no matter what time of the year it is, right? Like people love to say things like, oh, December, it's the hardest month of the year. And like we've had record-breaking months in December in our business, okay? So here, one second. Okay, cool. So if you have questions as we are watching or as you're watching, feel free to drop them in the comments on Facebook or over in the chat on Instagram, because I want to make this as specific to you as possible. So the more engaged you are, the more questions you ask, the more you share with me about your business, the better off I will be able to support you in this training. And keep in mind, if you're watching on Instagram, make sure that you jump into the Launch and Profit Facebook group. Okay, so 3 major steps that you need to take in order to create content that is going to convert. What the heck does that mean? Everybody loves the terminology, right? Like nothing new. I've been saying this for years. It means content that takes someone from viewing your content on a social media platform, literally does not matter, from TikTok to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, doesn't matter what platform, email. It takes them from that piece of content and it piques their interest enough for them to start a sales conversation and become a client, okay? Now, those are 2 different things, but the more people you have that you're in conversation with, the more likely it is that you're going to be able to get into that $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month mark in your business. Now, this is the key. Like people say, well, what about all these other things? What about outreach? What about DMs? What about da-da-da? Like the number one way to get in front of your ideal clients is content. That's it. And to go even deeper, it's viral content. Now, this is going to vary just slightly based on platform. For example, nothing really goes viral on Facebook. It might go viral in a group, but when we're talking about a platform like Instagram, like TikTok, it's much easier to go viral. So Facebook, you really want to just get in front of your ideal clients. And you're going to have to do a couple of extra things in order to do that, like be present inside of communities and groups and all that good stuff. So let's kind of focus this on Instagram for this portion. Viral content is a piece of content that generates a lot of attention. But not only attention, we're not going for mass. Like you don't need 3 million views on something. Believe me, I've gotten that, and it drives up a whole world of Instagram that like you have no interest in. Because it's not about the amount of attention, it's about the quality of the attention, right? And so we see tons of people that say, well, I'm having all these views on my Reels, so I'm gonna go teach a Reels course. It's like, okay, great, but like, are those actually your ideal client, or are you going viral into some other community, right? So those are things to think about when you hear these words like viral content. Okay, what does it mean? To me, someone who's been generating viral content for years and has generated millions of dollars because of viral content, it means getting the right attention from the right people. Okay, so how do you do that? The best way that you can do that is to, somebody write this down because this is gonna be really good. Are you ready? Are you excited? The best way to actually generate content that gets in front of your ideal clients, who can guess it? Oh my gosh. It is to enter the conversation in your ideal client's head. Okay? Now, if you're thinking, well, how do I do that? To me, that means you don't know your ideal client well enough. And that is a huge problem because someone can teach you tactics. Like inside of Boss, we actually have modules that teach viral content. We have modules that teach hashtag strategy. We have modules that teach everything around organic that you could literally ever need. But if you don't understand who your ideal client is and you don't understand how to extract the conversation that's going on inside their head and put that into the idea or the copy or the visual, right? Or whatever type of content you're creating, if you don't know how to do that, none of the strategies are going to work. And that's why it drives me personally bonkers when I see people going out and spending $1,000 on an Instagram Reels course. I'm like, don't do that because it's not the one tool that you need, right? You need the actual like full kind of circumference because yeah, you can have the tools, right? And say, oh, this is how you write a hook and this is how you do this. Great. How do you apply that to your specific buyer, right? That is the absolute goal and that's the absolute gold, okay? And I promise you, nobody's teaching that in their viral reels courses. I'm like, I've been going viral on reels since day one, okay? And you don't see me coming out of the viral reels course because it's only one piece of the pie. And for me as a business owner, I don't want to just be a content creator, right? And if you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're an expert, you're moving online, you don't want to fall into the content creator trap either. So don't let it stress you out or bring up comparison, or don't get sucked into that like rabbit hole of the social media coaches or social media managers who are selling all these little random off courses. I actually caught someone selling using one of my reels as social proof to sell her course. And I reached out and I was like, my lawyer's going to be contacting you because you had nothing to do with the virality of this reel. I've never worked with you, right? Like, so it actually blows my mind what's out there right now. And I always want to get on here and kind of be a voice of reason, because for me, I believe so much in this space, but it's unregulated and it's like the wild, wild west, right? And so there are a lot of people who really don't know what they're talking about, and a lot of people who are turning around and teaching something that they just learned in another thing, right? And that's not going to help you. And that, to me, that's the reason why we have so many people, and maybe you can relate, so many people in this space who say, gosh, I've made all these investments and I'm still not having success. And I'm like, because no one's actually teaching tactical foundational business principles. They're like, yeah, just create a viral reel with a hook. I'm like, and then what? Right? Then how do you take that and convert it into a client? Okay, so getting in front of your ideal clients is the absolute first step that you need to take when it comes to generating client, right? And the way that you get in front of them, one of the ways that you get in front of them is by entering the conversation in their head. Okay, so that means understanding who your ideal client is, understanding at a very, very, very specific level, like literally what words they're using when they're talking about their problem, right? When they're talking about, the way that they're feeling, when they are thinking, right? Words in their head. When they're thinking to themselves, are they thinking, I'm about to have to quit this dream and go back and get a new job, right? I'm about to have to go back and apply for